Hey guys, I thought I'd make a video. I guess the last time you saw a video from me moaning about balance was it's not Tekken, mate. Similarly, or along the same track, I believe that is a theme that is carrying on, that this isn't a MOBA game. This game doesn't need to be balanced like a MOBA game. And ultimately, whether people like it or not, this is a vastly, or as I would say, it's a majority. The majority of the game is single player. It's basically a single player game, and it's not a very skilled game. Now, people are going to come at me and say, it is skilled, you're wrong. Okay, there's an element of skill, but on the tier list of games that require skill, I wouldn't be putting Path of Exile up there. It is a game where you kill PvE monsters, you create a build from 0, you level it up to like 90, maybe 93, maybe 95 if you're enjoying it, and you test its limits. That is what players have been doing for many years. They create the build, they gear it out, they test it, and they really see how strong it is. This character that I'm playing is level 85. I've yet to really get him going. My other character is 95. He's killed 3 Uber Elders, and I found out that Resolute Technique double strike with an Xeriax apparently with Slayer Leech is really good, and it's quite safe, and I thought it was going to be awful, but it's actually turned out to be one of the better builds I've played. And I've had to tweak it here and there, do certain weapon swap techniques to make it feel nice, but after playing it a lot, I feel like I've got the build in a place where it's fun to play and I'm enjoying it. So that build is kind of shelved off now. It works, it does the content, and I'm looking at a new build. I think that's how most people play. They get the build, they flesh it out, they see if they enjoy the play style, they play it for a bit, and then they try something new, or they try some content with it. So when I heard Delve League was beginning, and when I heard Delve League was announced, and if you see me looking up, it's because there's a very large spider, and I hate spiders, and it is moving, so sorry. So when Delve League was announced, I thought, right, infinitely scaling content, let's see what my build is actually like. Because sometimes you can go into an Uber Elder, and you can just one-shot it, basically. Maybe you get the odd death from like some unavoidable situation, but you can just, if you know the fight, you can almost one-shot it or play around it. But maybe in the harder depths, all of a sudden damage isn't everything, and I might want to go a lot slower, but push harder content that is rewarding. So that's what my expectation was, and I think a lot of other people's expectations of Delve League was basically to test their character. For me, how it feels, and I use the word feel because I don't think when people talk about PoE, they use the word feeling enough. They often talk about balance, XP, maps. Is it fair? Is it rewarding? Longevity, retention rates. None of that bothers me. I like the word feel because a game should feel fun. People's memories of a game, when they look back at a league or they look back at a moment in the game, you should go, that was really good fun, right? Not, you know what, that wasn't fun, but my God, was that fight balanced? That was a really well balanced fight. Oh, that was a really well balanced. No, like, people don't remember Breach League because it was balanced or whatever. They remember it because it was always in your face. So I am, quote, the average player. I am just about sustaining red maps. I'm at 250 depths, apparently, according to GGZII. And I haven't seen a single boss. Now, you could say you need to go deeper, which you do. According to Chris, I need to go to about 350. Now, my issue with that is most players aren't going to have time to do all this shit and then level another character and go down a second mine and fill out 2 mines. Most people are just going to push to where they get bored. Right now, I am bored in Delve League. Why am I bored in Delve League? Because I'm seeing this. Armor node, Azerite. Armor node, Azerite. Armor node, Azerite. Pointless weapon cache, Azerite. Azerite, Azerite weapons, Azerite, Azerite node, Armor node, Armor node, Armor node. Contains items, maybe okay. Look, a currency node, nice. Right? Maybe we get to here, and this is a funny point I'll bring up. But I think a lot of people were expecting bits of new content splashed in whilst you delve. What I thought would happen is you'd have bosses happening all the time, but it would be like this. Alright, nice. I encountered a boss at level 78. Pretty much one-shot him. That was nice. and I didn't manage to do the challenge, but I'll encounter him again. Oh, he's popped up at level 79. He's popped up at level 81. This was a bit tougher, actually. This encounter was a lot tougher. Imagine what the boss is going to be like at depth level 700. What, I bet he's crazy. I wonder how much loot he's going to drop for a 700 kill or something like that. But what happens is the game is balanced around balance, not balanced around fun. They're trying to, I feel, create a balanced game, and that doesn't always equal fun. Yes, there does need to be some element of balance. There does need to be some, you know, it has to function as a game. But what I feel is there's a few core issues that most new players will not be enjoying. Constantly jumping in and out of maps is a bit jarring. The incursion isn't inside the map, so you kind of have to map leave, or you build up a full tank, which means all you're doing is standard league mapping, which gets boring. If you want to map for 2 hours and fill up your sulfite or whatever, however many minutes it takes to fill up your sulfite, people will be sat there thinking, this is just standard league, except I've got no gear compared to standard league. So when they finally get in the delve, they've been put through the grueling punishment of playing standard league mapping for some reason, because I don't know why. Once they've been put through that, they then go into the delve, and then they start to see this. Right, I just spent 2 hours mapping, I pushed 20 depths levels, and I saw no new content, just a load of new armor nodes. And then they get a bit tiresome. Things like this happen, which I think is stupid. I think PoE, some of the issues they have is they try to make things have depth, but a lot of the time it's just unnecessarily complicated and it just annoys players. So this is a node I need to kill for a challenge. Now, I was told, I watched the GGZII video, if a node has 1, 3 or 4, it's a correct node. If it has 2, it is the wrong node. And I've looked everywhere here. This was the only one with 2. It had up and down. That's all you could go. And when I ran to it, it revealed this one to here. Okay. It created a 3. Right? So then I started to think, right, where else could it be? And I used all my sulfite. I used a load of, because last night they buffed the sulfite, or whatever you want to call it, nerf buff. I used all my tier 16s. And I ran around it and I checked everywhere and I couldn't get into it. So I decided, and you know what I'll do? I'll post this on Reddit, okay? I'll post this on Reddit and ask if anyone has got any ideas on where it is. So bear in mind, I would say Reddit is above the average player. Now, people will laugh at that, but most people aren't going to sit on Reddit and try and help people. So here we go. Posted this picture on Reddit and we got these. We got somebody saying yellow can be it, but the top right could be it. And then this guy's like, no, you're wrong. They both get downvoted. This guy comes out with 3 right, 1 down, 2 right, 1 down, up path, 2 right, 1 up, left or down path. The subterranean map is a grid and you can easily see the grid squares if you look at the transitions between the different biomes. I got this. These are potential ones it could be, or this, right? So, I would argue most people don't know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to finding these areas that are supposed challenges, and also, they're the things that break up the Azerite nodes, the box nodes, you know, the armor nodes, the weapon nodes that get so repetitive. These are the bits that players are looking for, and it's hidden behind this weirdly dumb system to me. Sometimes it just works fine and you just find the areas and you're like, oh, that's easy. That's got 2 nodes, that's where it is. But a lot of the time, it becomes slightly awkward to find and it just becomes a jarring experience. You're like, man, have I really mapped for like 1.5 hours in standard league to like try and find this node? Now people will probably be like, you're an idiot, it's obvious where it is, right? But the point is, if I think it and a few others think it, there are going to be others as well that are thinking like that it is awkward, it's clunky, and it's just like not fun. So here's how I feel when I play Delve League. Armor node, jewelry node, azurite node. 3 boring nodes that I'm not really interested in traveling to get to a breach. Is that worth me doing like 3 tier 11s to do 1 breach? They nerfed breach because breach was too fun. People are having too much fun in breach, so they nerfed breach league, and I'm not sure if it's worth me traveling to that, but I probably will do because, you know, it's something different to break up the mine or the mapping. So Delve League for me isn't hitting the mark personally because there just isn't enough content. It's infinite, but it's infinitely repetitive, and it's slightly confusing. And when I initially, as I said here, when I initially went to record, when the league got announced and all the streamers were recording their sort of initial impressions, we sat in Discord, and there was like 5 or 6 people watching us, and they had like 5 people in Discord, and we were like, I think this is going to be one of the worst leagues ever. Now people are going to say to me, how can you tell me that this is the worst league ever? I actually feel this is up there for one of the worst leagues ever. And that is my honest feeling. I think it is a dump league. I said this I think the other day. I can't remember where I said it. Yeah, I mean, not that Reddit is any, but normally if you say something is a steaming pile of dog shit, you would get downvoted. But there is actually more and more people realizing, wait, there are other people that think like me, and I don't have to mindlessly like the league, because I think sometimes people think, well, everyone else seems to be enjoying it, so I must be doing something wrong. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong in Delve League. I actually just think it's a poor league. The reason it's a poor league for me is not enough variety in the nodes. The nodes are basically, it's an Elrond mission with a raise sort of area contains a stream of monsters, which just isn't fun. Doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel satisfying. There's not a huge pack that swarms you and then you blow them up. There's like one event like that. It just doesn't feel fun. And this awkward blowing up walls to find content, I don't enjoy. I'm not saying it's not a cool idea. I'm just saying I'm not enjoying it. You know, I'm looking at this currency node, right? We've got to figure out one that has only two ways. So it looks like it's going to be this one. This can go up and down. So I'm going to have to travel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes to get to that one. To maybe get to a currency thing that may or may not be worth it. That's how I'm feeling about the league. I think the issue as well are challenges. Players want to do the challenges, and they are unable to because of things like, you know, kill the primeval ruins, kill a delve boss. I mean, my friend invited me in. I didn't even know it was a boss. It was like dead early on. I didn't know what was going on. I guess I've seen one boss, but personally, I've never found one. Complete these encounters. You know, they're okay. Delve bosses, haven't even, you know, seen that guy. Endgame grinds. Level 600 in your mine. So that's a lot of, you know, stuff. And I just think the challenges are a little bit too laid in RNG. It's the equivalent of having a challenge, and the challenge say, you will find Azov's blood. That's the challenge. But you can't get splinters out of breaches, and you can't run a breach stone. The only way you can get it is it drops out of a breach. That would be the equivalent challenge, because right now, I can't collect shards to fight a boss. It's not like there are some nodes in the wall that say, you know, whatever I don't even know what the boss is called, you know, let's put it that way. Aiul. It's not like there's a node here that says Aiul warriors, and you go and defeat some of the followers of Aiul, and they drop some splinters. And then after you've got some splinters, you fucking put it in the generator over here, and he launches up a big portal, and you're ready to fight Aiul because you've defeated enough followers and got enough tokens, right? That would feel like as you're playing the mine, you're earning something alongside your playtime that feels like it's going towards something. Whereas right now, it feels like I'm just playing the lottery, and I'm just praying that it works. I remember this one here, this node here, this took about 25 maps, 25 maps to run. And that's what it feels like. It's just a lottery. It's the equivalent of saying you can't run Breach League. You've got to wait till you find a breach inside your map, and then it's got to drop us off's heart. That's your challenge. It's not really a challenge. It's just pure luck. So, you know, I think people have small goals. People set out small, minor goals. And small, minor things can set off those small, minor goals. Meaning, you might decide, I want to run I want to run this node. I want to find this node here. Suddenly the azurite costs change. Suddenly the sulfite costs change. Suddenly maps go up by 1 or 2C. And suddenly the 5 maps you need to run it, instead of costing 10C, they cost 15C. And then you think, right, I need to find another 5 chaos, or I need to get some more map drops before I've got enough sulfite. And I think it's just layering and layering and layering. A lot of frustration, at least for me, and I'm not having much fun. It feels like I'm trying to fight against the system. Like, I'm like, okay, I've got the sulfite, I've done the maps, I've got the sulfite, right, I've chosen the right node, right, I've deciphered which node it is via the grid technique. Now I've got to run it, right, have I got enough darkness res, right, I've done that, right, I've spent all my azurite on darkness res so I can get to that level, but now I haven't got flare radius, or I haven't got, you know, sulfite capacity, and I don't have enough capacity, and I'm constantly going back and forth. Right, I need more capacity. Okay, I've now farmed all these nodes, I've travelled all here, I've collected up loads of azurite to upgrade my capacity, but now I've used up all my sulfite to go down, so now I need to remap and get more sulfite to go down with the new capacity, and it just feels like they've just missed the bar quite spectacularly with what they intended. I know people will say, you're an idiot, but I'm just explaining my feelings. That for me, I wanted to test my build against infinitely scaling content, but what it actually has ended up feeling like is run standard maps and pray that the mine randomly gives you a boss fight. That's what I'm praying for, because I can't see any other way around it. There is no shards system. There is no nothing. David Brevik said one of the things he introduced when he did his little MOBA game, sorry, not MOBA game, you know, the ARPG he made, was characters could drop. A whole character could drop. He said, but what people didn't like is you'd farm for like 100 hours and the character would finally drop, but it wouldn't be the character you wanted to play. So what they did was, as well as a full character drop, and they introduced shards that dropped, and it was something like you were guaranteed to get a shard if you'd played half an hour or something like that. So every half an hour the player thought, right, I didn't actually get a character drop, but I did get a shard towards the character, and then I can go and purchase that character. I feel like such a simple change, if I was managing GGG, would just be to swap out some of these fucking nodes that are just shite and just put in some Aiul follower nodes, and then you just go in, it's a new encounter, you fight some shit, and he drops some splinters that let you fight bosses, because that's what people want to see. They want to see the new bosses. Or, likewise, how about we just change some of these trash armor nodes that do nothing, and put in some sulfite nodes. Oh, look, this one is a heavy sulfite node. Wow, I just got 5,000 sulfite. Now all of a sudden, because I've got that, I can stay in the mine for 10 more minutes and I don't have to go back to mapping. Something a content creator said recently was, I'm misquoting here, but surmising, was, you don't want to eat donuts every single day of your life or you'll get sick of donuts. This was in relation to, I said Delve League should be in your face, it's Delve League. So what this person's saying is basically, if you are constantly delving, you're going to get bored, you're going to burn out and quit the league. Most people, regardless of how good a league is, burn out, get bored, and quit the league. So why not give us a shit ton of Delve League bosses in your face? Right, this boss is 78, this boss is 79, this boss is 82, this boss is 83, this boss is Delve 200, this boss is Delve 300. Damn, this is getting a lot tougher. You know what? This is a Delve 500. I might invite my friend in. I might get support in there. Let's try to take this boss down. You know what? Nice, man. Last night, we managed to take down a level 700 Ayul. But it's not like that. It's like they're trying to balance the game like it's going core. We're not trying to play core Delve League. We're trying to play Delve League. I want Delve League to be completely in my face, completely over the top, completely fucking broken and fun. And then when it goes core, then you begin to adjust the costs. You begin to adjust the frequency of when it happens. But right now, when I sign in, I ain't feeling any fun. Because when I sign in, I'm thinking, man, I got to do more standard mapping just to get a shot at an RNG simulator. So I just thought I'd just speak out on my thoughts on the league. Nothing formulated or nothing well worded. I did have some notes, and I was going to formulate this, but then I just decided to just wing it. But I just like using the word feel, because a game should feel fun. A game should be memorable for its fun moments. It shouldn't be, well, gee whiz, that wasn't fun, but my god, was the Dusty Grove Petrified Forest sulfite ratio balanced. Oof. Remember that, guys? Remember that last night? How balanced was that node? No, people don't remember that shit. People remember, fucking hell. Do you remember in Delve League when 6 of us tried to take on a Delve 900 Ayul and we all got wiped? I remember that. But no, what we've got instead is streamers sprint into a sulfite node, opening the sulfite node, giving the sulfite to the friend, open map, sprint to node, portal out, give sulfite to friend, and then before that we had quarry, and it's just like, man, like, these people are always gonna abuse the fun tactics. So give us some fun, man. Regardless of how balanced you try to make PoE, there will be people that abuse things and make it unfun. Why can't we have sulfite sharing? I've got to now level this character up to 93. So today I'm going to have to map a shit ton, do all red maps all day, and collect all my sulfite, and then I won't even be able to dive because all my sulfite has been wasted. It's just like, God. It's like the game's got, it's like this close to being good, and then they just listen to the complete wrong crowd, and it's balanced around people that they wake up in the morning like, where's the fucking vein dude? Where's the vein dude? And they plug in the fucking 87 Red Bull can generator into their veins, and they're like, I'm ready to go. We're fucking pushing, boys. Sign in. We're pushing. In, out, sulfite, in, out, sulfite, in, out, sulfite. Go, 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 go. Monstrous treasure on your map. Alk, Vial, Sextant, 3 Sextants, Guild Trader, flip that, flip that, flip that. Here's a chisel, flip it for 8 chromes, sell the 8 chromes for 2 chisels, sell the 2 chisels for 9 chromes, flip that. And it's like, man, I just want to fight a fucking boss. I just want to fight a fucking boss. Like, I don't want to fucking roll the dice and run standard league maps. And what's annoying is I don't actually care. I'm past, like, I always feel dumb when I make these videos because I look at the clock and I'm thinking, why have I spoke about PoE for 24 minutes when ultimately it doesn't bother me? But the way it bothers me is I know it bothers other people, and other people don't speak out on it because they think, well, I'm going to get shit on, no one's going to agree with me, I'm going to get downvoted. I don't give a fuck. That's my thing. I don't give a shit, mate. I put my opinion out there, and if you don't like it, fucking who cares, mate? Personally, to surmise, I think Delve League is arguably the shittest league in terms of expectation and what it actually did. I think everybody expected it to be like boss, 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 crazy encounters, infinitely scaling mobs, but what we've actually got is a mobile game where you're playing the mobile game and it's like, oh, racing car 01973 user, you want to travel to the next golden star? You need more fuel. Get more fuel by running maps. Get more maps by purchasing from PoE.trade. And it just feels shit. So, there we go. Peace.